Title: Ink Love. Director: Monica Golan. Associate Director: Ashley Muller. Date: 10/6/2009. Total runtime: 9:59. Take 5.
Close it. Busco un recipiente donde colocar el presente.
Like us decent folk. Hello, good night. Welcome to Ink Love, the show that shows you the art of tattoo. Today we have two wonderful guests, Andrew and Chelsea. Chelsea is a young comedian actress, and Andrew is a filmmaker. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Today we're going to talk about their tattoos. What does it mean to them? Did it hurt? Were they too drunk? To remember the tattoos, as many people happen to them. Let's start with Andrew. Andrew, tell me about your tattoos.
Well, they mostly represent the Mexican culture.
Mm-hmm.
I have several of them. One representing the sun, another one representing made in Mexico, another one representing another aspect of the culture, Dia de los Muertos.
Okay, how old were you when you got your first tattoo?
16.
Why did you get a tattoo?
Well, I like tattoo as an art form,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always liked them as far as I can remember, and I've appreciated them. As soon as I found something that was very personal to me, I decided to go ahead and start getting tattoos.
Let's take a look at one of your tattoos, the one on your back.
Mm-hmm.
This one is, what's the one on your back?
It's the deity of the sun, Tonatiuh, in the Mexican culture. Represents the sun, the giver of life, the giver of light.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's other symbolic geometric shapes on the figure itself that represent language and represent perception.
All right. What about the eagle? You have an eagle in your shoulder.
Right,
Tell me about that
right.
one.
Well, commercially it means made in Mexico. It's the stamp that goes on every export out of Mexico to let everybody know that this was made in Mexico. That's one meaning. The other meaning is that of which the eagle represents, which is strength, wisdom, and soaring above the rest.
Right. So there's a lot of meaning behind your tattoos.
Right.
What about you, Chelsea? How many tattoos do you have?
I have 4 tattoos.
What are they?
I have a butterfly on my ankle. I have the stars on my shoulder, and I have a palm tree, a rainbow, and a whale on my neck, and I have a heart on my rib.
What was the first one you got?
It was a butterfly on my ankle.
And what does it mean to you?
It symbolizes that I was old enough to get one.
All right. Tell me about the second one that you got.
Yeah, that one I got in Maui, and that
Uh-huh.
one's on the back of my neck, and it was it's a whale, a palm tree, and a rainbow. And it was the first time I had ever been in Hawaii, and I was on vacation with my mom and my sister. And I just really wanted to, just grasp and hold on to that moment, that week that I was there with them, and that was a way for me to have a little piece of it forever. So.
All right. And now the stars.
The stars.
Tell me about the stars.
The stars. My friend had just gotten his first tattoo gun, and this is my first home tattoo. He did it at home, and he asked if I could be a guinea pig for him, and I agreed. So I sketched it out, and he went over it, and we helped each other that day. Let's say that. Drinking beer.
Okay. What would have happened if he messed up?
Well, he didn't, so we don't even have to answer that question.
All right. Good. Andrew, usually, or the traditional sense, I guess, is tattoos were associated with the not so nice element. That's been changing. But obviously, as a Latino or as a Hispanic guy, as a Mexican, there's always that, hey, you got tats, you must be a gang banger, or you got them, in prison. Have you got any? What's the reaction you get, when people see your tattoos?
I think the main reaction is intrigue. I think people are interested and curious about what the tattoos mean, because they don't look like traditional gang tattoos. And I don't think that tattoos carry the stigma so much of being a gang member anymore. I think they're widely accepted throughout society because that's not what their original intention was. Originally, they were decorative and representative of a certain culture. And it wasn't only until the early 20th century or mid 20th century that they started representing gangs and such. But I think overall, they're received positively.
What about you? What's the reaction you get when people see your tattoos?
Well, mine are also not gang. They don't look like gang tattoos very much. But no, I have very positive feedback from them. People think they're cute or they're adorable or I don't really get too much negative feedback when people see them. So.
You don't have kids, but what are you gonna do when when your kids turns, I don't know, 12 or 11, when they start thinking, hey, I want a tattoo?
Yeah, when I'm not going to be against it. I'll be totally for my kids having a tattoo. I think it would be hypocritical if I was against them getting one. But I will be a little cautious if they are under 18 and I have to sign off for them. I want to know what it is, where it's going, what it means, stuff like that, just so that I know what's being put on them. So.
Do you guys think that you're gonna get more tattoos?
I'm not sure. I may get more tattoos. I do appreciate the art form. It's usually when I encounter something that has a lot of meaning for me. So it's not something that I just wake up and decide I'm going to do. I'm not against getting more tattoos though.
What about you?
Well, I do wake up and just decide, hey, I'm going to get a tattoo. No, but I probably will get more tattoos because as I see them, they're a journey, and any significant or important thing that happens in my life, I might want to symbolize that with another one. So I'm all for it. Let's get one right now.
How
Right on.
How painful was the process to to get the tattoo?
All mine were relatively painless. As soon as there's that initial when the needle first starts going in, but after a certain amount of time, you kind of crave that. It's a good pain. But the one on my spine, that one started to hurt a little bit, and the one on my rib, on the bone, that does it hurts, but it hasn't deterred me at all. So I mean, like I said, it's a good pain.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Did it hurt when you got it? What was the experience like?
Very similar to what Chelsea here is saying. The fleshy parts, like the arms, are not very painful at all, but on the back it does hurt a little when you hit the spine.
Do you have anything against people that just walk in drunk to a tattoo parlor and say I want number 7 on the wall?
No, not at all. I think that tattoos as an art form is highly respectable. So whatever the reason that someone may have to get a particular tattoo is up to them, and that's their personal issue. But no, I think that all tattoos are great.
What about you?
I can't. There were a couple of times when I chose some things off the wall just to enhance another tattoo and do something like that. But if it means something and it's important to them to get it, go ahead.
Would you ever consider getting a tattoo of a significant other, or?
I don't know about a significant other. Names and faces are a little tricky, but when it comes to like parents or grandparents or children, members of the family, then I see that a lot more feasible than doing someone who you have a crush on. I mean,
you always run the risk. Is just you're gonna stop at tattoos, or you're gonna go with more elaborate stuff, like piercings or inserts?
Well, piercings I'm not going to be getting. I used to wear earrings, but I'm not against piercings, and I won't do branding, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
I think tattoos in itself are
That's
great
it.
art form.
All right. And you're done?
Well, I'm a fan of piercings as well, though. Branding, though, I have to agree with you. That's no. But no, piercings and tattoos, yeah, it's all a form of expression,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both, for joining us here in Ink Love. I think you guys are excellent guests, and I just want to thank everybody at home for joining us tonight. Next week we're gonna have a special, surprise celebrity guest. So join us here next week at the same time and Ink Love. Good night.
Thank you
very
for
much.
having us.
Thank you. This is fun.
Thank you.
There's a fossil